Howdy folks, and thanks for listening to the Local Lowdown podcast. We are coming to you from South Central Texas and giving you a weekly rundown of all the newspapers in Lavaca County, as well as the Luling Newsboy from Caldwell County. There's also some funny chatting in the mix. Now here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for the November 12th and 13th edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. And we will be doing a review of all the papers in Lavaca County, as well as the Luling Newsboy and Signal over in Caldwell County. And I've got my soon-to-be, well, maybe I better not say that. I was thinking about firing her. But anyway, my guest host.
Oh, you're firing Nicole. Okay.
My guest, my host, co-host, Michelle, and I'm going to let Michelle introduce our co-host that nobody probably knows.
No one knows you.
No.
But Nicole's here.
Yay!
Finally.
Thanks for inviting me back. It's been a while. It has been a while.
Where have you been?
All over the place, taking care of the Luling Newsboy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you've become a sports writer along the way?
I have along the way. Got a little sports under my belt now. I've got it all.
Right.
I got it all.
I bet you don't have an award-winning front page.
You know, not yet.
I
Not
wonder
yet.
if anybody else in here has.
I don't know. Did someone get a compliment about a front page today?
I did. Mine's amazing. But, it felt good to read it, but I already knew.
No one has to tell you it's amazing. No one
Well,
has
Chuck
to tell
Groff
you.
told me yesterday, and I got a little nervous.
Wow.
I mean, he didn't use the word amazing.
What did he say?
He said, this is a really good front page.
Wow.
And for Chuck to say anything that's not, why did you do this? Where is this?
Now, which front page was he talking
He
about?
was talking about how it's
Nice.
Well, did he ask you earlier in the week to do something for him?
I don't know.
Or is he going to ask you today?
But I have asked him a couple of things this week.
Oh, really?
And he has come through. I don't know, maybe
Wow.
he's becoming a better person.
Could be.
Is he the only one you ask for favors?
No.
Or is there anybody else?
I put one of the favors I put out to everyone. And Murray, he stayed sleeping till he realized two other people said yes.
Nice,
And
Murray.
then
Well
he came
done.
in.
Well done, Murray. Well done.
And I asked Nicole to write a couple of stories
Yes.
that will appear in next week's edition.
it just gives us another reason to buy another paper, right?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
it's the
That's
whole
it.
point of this business.
It wasn't like I was busy doing anything
Now,
else.
are you looking forward to seeing it in this week's paper?
I was looking forward to seeing it in this week's paper. I worked hard on it.
Wonder what happened.
I don't know.
Maybe you should have showed up at the event. It
What?
would've helped get it
Oh.
faster. Oh, that was a good burn. Oh my gosh, that was good.
All right.
While me and Ani were working hard, you were...
Girl, I had worked hard. And let's just pause here a moment. We had Veterans Day, so
Yeah. Right,
happy Veterans Day to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're not supposed
Yes.
to say that, Margaret said.
Oh, you aren't?
I don't know, are you?
I
Is it
appreciate
okay?
you for Veterans
I
Day.
Margaret said
I
it's-
always like it when somebody says it to me.
Nice.
Margaret said Happy Veterans Day is weird.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I don't know.
Well, maybe she's saying that because of people who have died fighting
Oh.
for this country.
Could be.
But that's really Memorial Day.
So
Right.
I just
That's what-
said
it's different.
that, but I think I've said Happy Memorial Day to people.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
I would say thank you for your service.
I would too.
But that's what I say. Well, now that's what I say about Veterans Day, too.
Well,
Because-
and so where I was prior to the event that I had to write about, I was up in Oklahoma at Fort Sill where our baby girl finished basic training in the Army. So she finished that up as a specialist.
That's really big
For the
her
Army
to do
National
that as a
Guard.
baby.
I know, at 22-year-old baby.
Good thing we're verifying that for everyone else listening.
Well, I can
She's
say
not
a
in
little
diapers
something. I can say a
anymore.
little something about that.
What?
About 17.
Well, you were kind
Wow.
of a baby.
I had to have permission.
That would be, honestly, that would be young. I was okay with her doing it, having already gotten her degree and she'd already been away from home. I could see that would be very difficult at 17.
Plus, you couldn't stop it.
No,
Right?
no.
How old did you say? 21?
22.
She tried to trip her.
You couldn't do anything about it if she wanted to.
Right, and I want to be very positive and cheer her on, so.
What was
Anyway.
her favorite thing? Did
She
tell you?
honestly, she loved the whole thing. Like, and I'll just say that when we were checking her out to come on Family Day off base with us, her drill sergeant was there, and we were all signing people out, and he said, "Smith Caitlin," And I said, yes, sir. I stood a little straighter. I said, yes, sir. And he said, she was a pain in my side these 10 weeks. And I said, really? And he smiled and he said, everything we do, she thinks is fun.
Yeah,
she
could
won't
see
quit
that.
smiling.
I read that,
Yeah.
and I had to laugh. I
Yeah.
could just see that drill sergeant when they want you to hate their guts.
Yes.
And I could just see how frustrated he must have been. Because after I
Yeah.
got out, we used to talk about how those drill sergeants must have, at the end of the day, went to the local bar and laughed their butts off.
Right.
Because they put you through. I don't know, it might be a little easier now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I know back then.
Oh, I bet they did. Run you through the ringer.
They made you feel like some kind of fool.
Yeah,
And
they didn't-
usually there was always one person
Mm-hmm.
that cracked up. That actually cracked up.
Yeah.
I know I was, when I was at Fort Knox, I was playing flag football. Because if you played flag football, you could get out of KP and some other things.
Smart.
Anyway, I was coming back to the barracks, and there was MP police vehicles all around our barracks. And I heard screaming inside.
Wow.
I said, what the hell is going on? And this one guy said, Big Bird nearly cracked up. He cracked up and started swinging bowling chairs at everybody. But this was a guy that they made fun of.
Oh.
Not the drill sergeants, the
yeah.
regular guys.
Yeah.
They made fun of that kid all the way through basic, all the way through AIT,
Yeah.
and he just exploded.
Yeah.
And we never saw him again.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So, but I can see where they would be frustrated.
Yeah, because she
over your
enjoyed
dog.
it. She thought it was fun. She enjoyed,
Lord have mercy.
and but that's the way she played basketball too, And so there were times like even if she fouled a kid or if someone broke their ankles trying to guard her and they would fall down, and she would have a little grin on her face. She just enjoys life, and so the
that's
other team
great.
would get so
She
mad at her.
enjoys when she broke someone else's.
Where they're trying to guard her and they fall, and she just would be happy. Anyway, so that's where I was, and then I came home and had to write.
I really liked your daughter up until this moment.
Oh, she's
now
competitive.
I'm concerned if she's sadistic. Or not.
Well, she, y'all are to be commended for going up there. My folks wasn't able to
Aw.
go when I graduated,
Sure.
and I was at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Oh, wow.
But unlike your daughter, I didn't think it was fun.
Yeah.
Now, afterwards, after the years passed, you
Sure.
could see it, but
Sure.
I don't know that I'd even wanted my parents to be there to see that. So did y'all enjoy it? They did the parade and all
Yes,
that?
sir. We enjoyed it. And my parents got to come over from Lubbock, and my sisters both came over and drove my parents. And then
That's great.
David's brothers came, and it was some
But
friends
why
came.
did you have to sign her out?
For Family Day, they got to come off base with you from like 10:30 to 8 p.m. And you signed out with their phone numbers, and then they could only go 20 miles away, and then they had to come back before graduation the next day.
Wow. When
So-
was the last time you signed her out of something?
I know. I was like really thinking probably her 8th grade year. I don't know.
See, that's another change right there. We
Yeah.
were not allowed off the base at any time.
At any time, yeah.
We couldn't even go to PX and buy
Oh.
toothpaste. No,
Really?
no.
So they had a small little PX on their side of the base, and then the other side had a larger one. And so she took us to the smaller one. And it was interesting to see. It was like a convenience store size, right? And I was like, this is the only place you've been coming?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And we can't go to aisle 5. They have candy.
Yep.
Okay. So,
What?
yeah, she had no candy, no
You would have
sugar.
died.
Well, what kind of world is this?
Sugar-free cough drops would have been your new best friend. That's all they ate.
Well, one time I ate. I didn't eat. So I had a really bad cough.
Okay.
And I was supposed to go to the movies, and I didn't want to miss.
Right.
FOMO. And so I grabbed a bag of cough drops at the store, but I didn't realize they were sugar-free. And I think you're only supposed to take like 2 every 2 hours or 4
Okay.
hours. And I mean, I literally just kept putting them in my mouth so I wouldn't cough.
Oh.
That can make you very sick.
Oh.
Very sick.
On that note,
On that note,
what do the papers look like this week?
Yeah, maybe we ought to get to them.
they look amazing. Remember?
Well, apparently they
Well,
do.
I mean, why don't we start with that?
Let's
Yeah,
start with
let's
the
start with
amazing
that.
front
Yeah,
page.
the number one front page.
Right.
And I will say, because many reasons I should be nice, but Clayton Kelly, these are his pictures. I didn't give him credit.
You didn't give him credit.
No, which, you know, happens.
He should have got credit
Come
for that.
on.
I mean, it happens sometimes. But let me tell
Yeah, I
you.
know.
Oh, me too. Mine too.
So, in regards to these pictures, so Clayton, you know, he's getting better, I will say. But when he gave me this picture of these little kids, it was actually a picture of, like, the whole gym full of people. And I was like, and then I looked and I saw these little kids.
So the
being paired.
cropping is your
So
idea.
I decided to crop them in. And Margaret could not stop talking about how amazing this picture was. And I was like, let me just tell you, if you just saw the beginning, not as amazing. I just like to give credit where credit's due.
Except if it's someone else, because
Yeah.
I don't see his name anywhere.
But Clayton covered it. He went, and most people probably know that man on the front page giving that speech is David Smollett, longtime principal at Sacred Heart. So, good job covering it. We hope every veteran had a great day.
Yes.
In whatever they did.
And thank you for your
Know
service.
that day and every day how appreciated they are.
And your families too.
Correct.
Exactly.
All right, and so an arrest happened, and this guy was wanted, and really bad guy. He was wanted by some kind of gang. I'm sure Murray knows.
No, he's in the MS-13 game.
There, that's that. And I hear that's bad. I really don't
That's
know.
real bad.
It's real bad.
Okay. Well, I like to not know the bad things.
That's
in the
not
world.
something you want walking around in your community.
No.
I can tell you that for sure.
Well, he's not, and we thank
No longer, no.
the Lavaca County Sheriff's Office for making
Nice
sure
job.
that has been taken care of. Jimmy talks about election results, and he also there's going to be an ICE task force, which was discussed at the Commissioner's Court, so read about that. Jimmy also was the one who took this great picture of the courthouse, and it's getting all decked out for Christmas, and LCRA was there to help do that. Then we have our special section of the week, which is agribusiness, and Yonox Packing is... What do you call it?
Sponsoring?
No. Well, sort of. Is
I don't know where.
I'm looking there. Highlighted.
Okay.
Would be the word.
Highlighted.
I guess, or featured.
Featured is the word you want.
Featured's
I didn't
better.
know. Okay.
But we thank all of our advertisers
All right.
for all they did. School news is going on, including also Lions Club. Henry has a new question, and let's talk about this really quick. So yesterday I was on the phone with Nicole.
Asking me to do something else yet again.
I don't
Sure.
think
Yeah.
so. But maybe. I don't know. But I got a phone call, a work call, so I had to put her on hold. And I told her, well, I really don't know if that's the right answer, but I think it is. Because Henry didn't leave the answer. And I was like, well, I'll just check it. If not, we'll
It's all I
call
hear
back.
her having that conversation, but I don't hear the other
but
side
I
of it.
tell him, like, yes, that's correct. So I basically lied to the man, I guess, sort of. But he was correct, so I didn't. Right?
Right. And I said, what was that about?
And then I said, oh, it's something about Henry's question. And I don't know. And she goes, well, what is it? And I was like, I don't know. It's like turning something into a state bird or turkey.
And I
all this
immediately
stuff.
knew.
And she said the answer.
I said the answer.
And I was like, well, that's what I guess he was right.
And she
There
said,
you
how
go.
do you know that? And I said, I paid attention in
And
history
why
class.
do you know that? It was very alarming to me. But
So everybody
Answer.
call it in. Call in the answer.
that's right. So some Housefly SD news, some 4-H news. You have to read the papers. Ani said that's all we should say on the podcast.
Just to read
Is
the
go
papers?
buy a paper.
Go buy a paper.
So I'm going to do a little bit more of go buy a paper. Sports. So Murray was trying to quiz us before on where everyone's playing. So I'm going to do this. For Hallettsville, Sacred Heart is on a bye week before they enter by district play. And Hallettsville is traveling to Tomball tonight to play Franklin.
Okay.
And Franklin is the number 1 state ranked team.
Yes.
So best of luck.
Nice.
Is that a 7 o'clock start or 7:30 or does it say?
I don't know.
Read the paper. That's what we'll start saying.
There you
The
go.
paper. That's a good one, Nicole. Good one, Nicole. I will say that Harris has picked Franklin by 38 over Hallettsville. So there is that.
Well, you never know.
You never know. It starts 0-0, right?
You never know.
Never
At
know.
the beginning, it's all even ground. We do have an obituary. Mary Ann Ward, condolences to her family. And we also want to send out condolences to the family of Clayton Kelly, who
Yes.
is our writer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what, staff writer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Here at the
good.
newspaper.
But he's Clayton Kelly with 2 E's. You've heard us talk about him. His grandfather passed away yesterday, so condolences to their family.
Yes, yes.
He talked about all the people that were being very kind, including the people at Mr. Taco.
Oh.
His grandparents ate there quite often,
Did
so
they?
they brought food. And I said, there
How
is
sweet.
good in the world.
Honestly, and
it's nice when you see it.
And I think that's a great part about smaller towns, right? That when communities pay attention and when people pass away, they step up for family.
Would you like to turn back to that one?
Yeah,
page?
you missed Murray's article.
That's not unusual.
No.
Whoever is it?
No, not unusual. Murray, what'd you write about this week that made it in your paper?
let me
That made it in this
see.
paper.
I'm so happy that
It made it.
It made it in the paper.
But it's a little story about the settlers here at Hallettsville and the kind of people they were, where they came from. It's just basically a review I did of another man's book that he
cool.
sent me and asked me to do a review, and it was very good. The review that he sent was good too.
Nice.
Anyway, and we have a plaque that's over here in the Memorial Park
Okay.
of Miss Hallett that gave the land for Hallettsville.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't know even that part. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
someone's name.
So she's.
Wow.
It's basically a short history of the
But you
town.
knew who wanted the turkey to be the national bird.
That's a good article. Read the paper.
Yeah,
Read the paper.
thank you
Nice.
for uncovering it, Nicole, because it
Well, you're welcome.
it just nearly fell by the
It
wayside.
did,
did.
sir. And this whole podcast would have been for naught.
Yep.
For naught. Oh,
Well,
who's
good
on the
thing.
back page right there, Murray? What else did you do on the back
So,
page?
Turning Point USA. Sorry. Actually, Murray did find
Oh,
this
Murray
as well,
did.
so
Yes.
talk about it, Murray.
Murray's got the whole back page covered.
Well, that's just some filler items that we do from time to time.
But
Sure.
it is kind of
It's
exciting.
about Charlie Kirk. I'm sure everybody's heard about Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated, and he started this Turning Point USA, which he was a Christian young man. He wasn't very old. I think he was in his early 30s, and he was assassinated at a college, and I believe it was in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if any of y'all ever watched any of his videos, but what he would do, he would go to universities and just talk to them about Jesus, and basically about religion. And he would tell them things that they should do. He said that a young person should get married right away and have children, which is not a popular thought nowadays among some. But I watched about 7 or 8 of Charlie's videos with those kids. He never was racist. He never insulted a kid. He talked to them man to man.
And he let them speak.
Yes,
Which was,
yes.
I think,
And
impressive.
you could tell some of them come up there, boy, they had a chip on their shoulder. They was fixing to tear him up. And it was so weird that when he got assassinated, that he was speaking about violence. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, it took his life.
So they're having on Wednesday, I guess that would have been yesterday,
Yeah.
at the LBJ Student Center
Yeah, in San Marcos.
in San Marcos.
Texas
Oh,
State,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Ken Paxton was supposed to speak, and I haven't seen any results. I hope they didn't have any violence or any of that crap. But anyway,
Nice.
I would really, if it had been at a different time, I would have went to it. But
Sure.
Anyway,
It's hard. Honestly, it's hard for us and our deadlines when things are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Exactly.
It really is.
Exactly.
So congratulations to the royalty. Looks like that a couple of people were given honors.
I want you to keep going.
No.
This is what you don't
wait
know.
a minute.
What? It's the Sacred Heart. So they had their football bow and sweetheart were named and their homecoming king and queen.
Oh, I could have said that. I just was going to, I hit you to do names.
Oh,
You knew that's why I was like, because I don't ever want to get the name wrong.
Mabry Malhotch and Ty Noska and Avery Beach and Zuriel Ramirez.
Nice. Congratulations.
And then Murray decided that Nicole needed more credit for something.
Murray appreciates the art of photography, and he happened to use one of my pictures.
Why doesn't he ever see the art in my photography?
Because you do the front page.
You get enough accolades.
You get enough. I'll be honest with you. Usually that is well-known nationwide photography. You and I are the only local ones that's ever been featured.
Thank
Isn't that
you.
amazing?
Hey, I appreciate that.
I
Nice.
expect a picture on there. Very.
When you get one that qualifies, you'll get it.
Nice. All right, let's head on down the road.
The Shiner Gazette.
The Shiner Gazette. So, Clayton went to this scam fraud prevention that was held for seniors, which, again, I said it last week, and I'll say it again this week. Yes, this was directed at seniors, but we all need to be aware
Oh, my goodness,
of
yes.
what's going on, and that there are people out there that are not doing things with the best intentions.
Mm-hmm.
So, do not give out information or do anything that you aren't sure of.
Right.
They really and truly like to target seniors.
They do.
Because here's a senior, and I get targeted all the time. But I think I'm a smart senior.
You are a smart
Because I
senior.
don't jump on none of those
Nope.
scams and frauds.
You're amazing.
Yeah, I think so. But thank you.
So the 54th annual turkey shoot is coming up, and so I was thinking, Murray, we could go, and you could teach me how to shoot a gun.
Don't give Michelle a gun, please.
Believe me,
Okay.
if I had to be with her
Yeah.
and she had a gun,
Yes, sir.
I don't know about that.
There's not a safe place to stand. I could see her swinging around to ask a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the
You would
seri-
scare me.
On the serious side, you do need to know how.
But he's
no
not
one-
going to teach
But
you.
no one wants to teach me.
Well,
I'm going to have to find someone who doesn't know me.
I'll put it to you like this. There are men, in fact, there's a man right here in this town that gives lessons, and he's very qualified.
But
to
he
give
also
them.
knows me.
What's wrong with that?
Well, obviously, y'all are
be
not very
afraid.
fond of...
But he's a professional,
Right,
so he'll
right.
overcome it.
So he'll overcome.
All right. The Fostering Parenting Town Hall. This was in our paper last week. It's in Shider's paper this week.
Nice.
It's very important. They really need help, not just to become a foster parent, but to do other things.
Yeah.
So read about that
Wonderful.
and attend if you can. Sorry, I can't see Murray. That's why I made that noise.
No, it's all right.
No one farted yet, maybe. I don't know. Murray said that even if we fart, you can hear us.
Okay,
That's
you
why
don't
it's
have to
come
share
up.
everything that's
Well,
said off air.
I want to say
Well,
it.
that mic is very sensitive.
Yeah.
So,
We've never tested that, though.
no, we haven't
Okay.
texted, and we sure don't need a boomer to
No,
blow the
we
microphone.
don't.
So the fire department holds training academy. So read all about what they did. I will say that there are veteran portraits, complimentary veteran portraits, this Saturday at the brewery from 1 to 2:30.
Oh, I
Is it?
love
Yeah,
that.
it's at
That's awesome.
So, congratulations to Madeline Collins for bringing this
Oh,
into
I love that.
fruition.
Yeah.
And you should go out if you have a chance. You could go, Murray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I could also just take your picture like I do.
Yeah,
on
you did a
weekly-
good job last time.
I bet, you know what? I bet Murray'd put that on the he'd put that in the spotlight.
You bet.
Probably not. Young Farmers held a Veterans Day meal, and we do have a commemorative page to, well, I'm not even saying it's commemorative, but it's a page to honor the fifth
Celebrate.
place.
Yay.
From what I heard is that we are going to do a commemorative 2-page spread, so look to buy ads.
She's
to
talking about the
congratulate-
band.
Yes, the band. Did I not say
You didn't
that?
say the word
I
band.
said 5th place band.
I didn't hear the word band.
Didn't I?
I don't know. We'll have to
Didn't I?
rewind.
Now,
Murray, did I?
now, ladies, this is a family-run podcast.
Congratulations to the Shiner Band. 5th place at
betcha.
state. Fantastic.
Yes.
Did
And,
you have anybody associated
I
with that?
did.
Oh,
My daughter
Huh.
was there, and that was a very exciting time. I have never been a band mom. I've never been in band. I knew nothing what I was in for.
Yeah.
But,
right?
I made it through, and it was exciting.
It was a
and
good
fun.
show.
congratulations, Patricia.
Yay.
Little Spawn.
Nice. What's going on in the world of sports in Shiner? They have a little football going on,
we
right?
have a little football going on. They did win the district championship last week over Yorktown.
Congrats.
And I will say I worked the concession stand,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was on the visitor side, and like all I kept seeing is them run for touchdowns. I was like, what is going on? So it was a very fast game again. Not to say, we have a little plot here at the office where we're trying to have bragging rights. Some of us are in the middle, some of us are at the end.
Yeah, I'm holding up the end.
You and Henry Joe. But in that this week, it's Yorktown was one of the teams, and I don't know who they were playing. Can't remember. Do you remember? Yeah. Did you turn yours in?
I don't know. I need to check on that. It's due today, right?
No, it was due Tuesday, but don't tell Mark.
Okay.
So anyway, no games have been played yet.
Okay.
But I still picked Yorktown, so
nice.
that's where I'm trying to go with my story.
Okay.
That I do think they were a very good team.
Cool.
Shiner is just a very, very good team this year, and so that is where that falls. So best of luck to them. Shiner will play they will play Ben Bolt tonight in the first round in Kennedy, and I think it's at 7.
All right. Good luck. Good luck.
And then St. Paul ended their season last week, but their volleyball girls will play pretty sure today at 4 o'clock for the state semifinals.
Oh, fun.
And then Shiner High School volleyball defeated Brazos.
Hey, look at you.
No, Burden. I think
Okay.
it's Burden.
You're
Burden on Tuesday night, and that gave them a trip to the state semifinals.
Congratulations.
On Saturday, and they play Iola, but I do not know the time. But it's in Brenham.
It's impressive.
Yeah, she's close.
She's doing all right. And there's classified, so make sure you get a paper.
I won't get fired.
Oh, maybe you won't. Check out the classified section. Oh, after your amazing front page.
Yeah.
Could they even fire you?
Not from this job, but Murray wants to fire me.
Oh, Marie. Oh, from this job.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
We might demote you.
What am I being demoted
We
to?
might demote you.
What's lower than co-host?
Are you going to take away some of my pay?
No, I was thinking about bringing Chuck Groff in.
Oh, ouch.
Oh.
Ouch. Michelle.
All right. Well, let's see how Nicole does. Go ahead, Nicole.
No, you go. You're doing great.
You're going to do great
Well,
on this one.
let's go ahead and then head on
No,
over.
we were going to
head over to
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
Luling Newsboy.
Yeah, the Luling Newsboy.
There we go. There
what
we go.
a great front page.
You bet
I
you.
tell you, and you don't know who took those pictures, but it's me.
What?
My
How
name.
did that get so
My name
close
didn't
there?
even appear, but
It's right there. Photos. Nicole Smith. My
but
Well, if you got a
not here.
magnifying glass,
If you got a
could read it.
magnifying glass, you could figure that out, right? And but really, it is a great front page. And I do want to give Michelle, we give her a hard time, but I don't want to give her a shout out because Tuesdays is our deadline. Luling's paper is the first one that goes to the printers. And at 9 a.m., she'd already completed the front page. And I went to our Veterans Day celebration that they had. Shanklin Elementary students ran the whole program. It was so well done. And I messaged her and said, hey, you've got to rearrange the front page. This is going to be great. And she just sent back, okay. I didn't read anything into it.
She's amazing.
She is amazing.
Hell, don't you know that by now?
I know.
Let me just tell you, if that message went to Murray Montgomery, that would not have been
the-
how it fell out. I can tell you that right now.
So, a really great thing there on the highway between the town of Luling and where Bucky's is a historic tree that they now have registered at the Texas Historic Tree Coalition.
Is it okay, the tree?
So, yes, except it's been gutted out
Where
a
is
little.
that exactly?
It is on, that's Highway 183. So after you go under the interstate,
Right.
It's going to be on your right-hand side before you get into the town. And it's a little cutout cemetery, and there's only a couple of headstones remaining there. One just says, here lies a Confederate soldier, unknown. And then one is 2 women, headstones for the women of the family who own the land.
That's on the right-hand side?
Yes, sir.
You got those 2 bridges side by side still?
Yes, and it's after that.
It's after that.
Yes, sir. It's
Is
after
it
that.
really a Confederate soldier?
Yeah, it was really, I'd never even
I
paid
can't tell you
attention to
how many
it.
times I've driven that road and I've
Yeah,
never seen it.
and the tree is right there. Like that's just a highway right there. So
Right there.
yeah, I went back out there to get a picture of the sun setting. Kudos to Melissa Doss. She doesn't even live in Luling, and she wrote it all up about the tree and got it commemorated.
Well, that's right there near Plum Creek.
Yes, it is.
Well, I hope it's going to be okay because
That's a
Margaret
historic
said it was
spot.
dying.
Well, it's they said over 200 years old so far. So
Margaret said, "What's up with this dying tree?"
well, Margaret needs to read the article.
She does. Well, I bet she did. Soon after she
So,
did.
congrats to the youthful cheerleaders. The cheerleaders have been in some competitions. We appreciate the parents who get together and volunteer their time and coach for them.
Tom Brownie Webb Jr. passed away, and we offer condolences to his family.
You bet.
We do. And then shout out to the Ascension Seton hospital group. They're in Luling at the Edgar B. Davis location. They collected over 6,000 pounds of canned goods and food to go to the food pantry. So they had a competition. So when you have a competition, people want to get
That's
after
like a
it.
lot, right?
It is a lot. It is a lot of food. Yeah.
Like, what's the average can weigh?
I don't know.
We don't really have time to weigh one, so
We'll move on.
could you move on?
So sports, football is over for the Eagles. The exciting news is the JV had a nice season, and so we look forward to the foundation that was laid, and then they'll grow from that. Mm-hmm. So the tunnel's been closed, and then we've had basketball started. The Lady Eagles have played 2 games. They've lost both. However, their defense is really pretty good, and the defense will then lead into offense. So excited about that. Thank you again. Luling Chamber of Commerce has an ad every week where they highlight a business in the Luling area, and we really appreciate that. It helps us keep that page in color.
Have you ever had this bowl of chili?
I've never had this bowl of chili.
You should go.
Don't you think I really should? Because it comes with cornbread, beans, rice, and cheese.
That's a weird thing, like, honestly. So, like, eating chili growing up, I never ate it with, like, rice.
I haven't either.
Sometimes cornbread.
No.
No. Cornbread, yes.
But that's pretty much it. Crackers, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But when I met one of my friends, her family did, like, rice. They're like, you're having chili without rice.
Oh, interesting.
And so I think that's
I've never had it with rice.
I think it is, like, how you
It's kind of a cultural thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
It really is, because, like, here in Hallisville, their stew is all meat. No potatoes.
That's true.
Is it really? I didn't realize
Yeah,
that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a mixture. Like I would think of it as a mixture.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, that's going to be
There's something else, Michelle. I can't think of it right now, but
something else that has a difference to it.
My family.
Yeah.
Those things seem weird,
right?
Because that's
it's just different.
Well, it's
Czech
just
culture is what that is.
Potatoes and chili around here is pretty.
Oh,
common.
yeah.
You're right. That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
it.
The chili with potatoes.
Yeah, I'd never had that. And then you have your basic chili with beans or no beans.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole thing too.
Yeah, and that's probably 50-50. When my wife makes chili and beans, and we throw Fritos in.
Oh, nice.
Like a big Frito pie.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's making me hungry. That is.
That's what I
So on the back page, just a shout out to all the students. They do so many great things. And in all these towns in Lavaca County and in Luling, the students do more than one thing. They're involved in band and athletics. And so I saw a cute moment between the mascot and a couple of kids. They were hollering, "Mr. Eagle, Mr. Eagle." And the eagle went over and they wanted to touch the beak and the feathers. And it was just a great moment.
Now, is Mr. Eagle really a Mr.?
No, it's a Mrs. It's a miss. So I hollered at her and she gave me an interview and that was great. And thanks again to the Gridiron Gurus. We still have that going on.
Brittany, you're my inspiration to keep going an hour. So maybe I'll come up.
Oh, so appreciate that. So thanks to everyone who helps the paper out and has an ad and who buys one. We appreciate that.
We appreciate all those ads because they pay our salary.
Yes, they do. And, we couldn't have the paper. We couldn't have a paper.
We appreciate the salary, too.
What happened in Moulton this week, Mr. Murray?
We have that same gang member that was arrested by the Lavaca County Sheriff's Office.
Nice.
And I got Clayton Kelly with two E's to write a feature story about this young lady that is moving on. She's a police officer, and she's not retiring. She's moving because she wanted to be closer to her home because she drives back and forth from Seguin every day.
Woo!
That's
a drive.
Good little trip.
Looks like she's training to be a detective, it says.
Yeah,
nice.
As Ani would say, you need to read the story because she's an exceptional young lady.
Oh, I love that you did that. That's
great. Did you
great.
do the headline or Clayton?
No, I did.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
That's nice. See you later.
That's a good one. I liked it. Henry Joe, what are you talking about?
Oh.
5 Sullivan brothers killed in World War II.
Now, see, I know about that. Do you really not?
No.
Okay. I mean, that's a historic story.
I kind of feel like you're making fun.
No, I don't mean to make fun. The way you read it all excited, it's a sad story.
She was excited because it was by Yasha.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the excitement.
Nothing to do with the story. No.
Henry
That's
brings
awesome.
such joy
Does
and
she-
love. And can we
Aw.
talk about Henry's fixed to be honored
Yeah, let's talk
for
about that.
70 years of service.
Yeah.
And not the military. Boy, that almost came out. But it's good. I mean,
In journalism.
maybe this is journalism. No, it can't. In journalism. And it's going to happen next week on the
20th. I thought it was Thursday the 20th.
It's Thursday. I don't know what the date.
On the 20th.
Because today.
Let me verify.
Okay, well, I'm going to stretch here. It's the 20th. Yes.
Because it's 7 days from today.
7 days from today.
Anyway, at what time?
5 or 6 o'clock, I think. I haven't
Show
heard
up
the
at
time.
5 and you won't be
Where's
late.
it going to be?
At the chamber office.
Nice. And who are we celebrating?
Henry Joe.
Yay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But-
And Murray's going to get out of his house.
I wouldn't bet on it.
I'm going to come drag you. He would be so sad if his best friend Murray was not there.
I was at his,
Oh, no.
What? His wedding?
well, they thought he was going to retire.
Oh.
And he got to go watch, I believe. And then he showed up for work the next day. So, and he always says, I got a letter saying that I wasn't going to retire. Of course, me and Chuck have to, we have to rev it up a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, they thought he was going to retire, gave him a go watch, and he showed up for work the next day.
That's awesome.
Imagine that.
That makes me laugh.
But we can't wait to celebrate you, Henry Joe. And it is a sad thing he wrote about. So please don't take that. And I don't know.
No, and
what
I'm
it
sorry. I
is.
didn't know. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, watch it.
No, it is a sad story. It was about 5 brothers in World War II that were all on the same ship. And the ship went down and all 5 of them were lost. And the part that always tore me up was when the dad saw the military man getting out of the car along with the priest. He knew what was coming. And he said, which one? And he said, all of them.
Wow.
So that's been so long ago that they even named, I believe it was a destroyer, that they named the Sullivans. And it's been retired.
Really?
World
I didn't
War
realize
II.
they'd done that. Wow.
But yeah, you need to read that. It's,
Wow. That's sad.
the
Yeah.
government changed that where siblings can't serve in the same spot.
They separate them out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So once again, thanks to everybody who serves. We
You betcha.
appreciate you
Yes.
very
And
much.
Speaking of serving, we all serve the newspaper here. And probably no one ever reads this little staff box, but I was just reading it while y'all were yapping about. And under staff writers, one Nicole's not listed. Every once in a while, doesn't she get
Maybe
something
that's
in the
because
bulletin?
you do the staff box.
That's right.
And, it's amazing that great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you about 3 papers back. When are we going to redo the staff?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and Richard
Because
Rothbauer.
I want my name a little further up.
Yeah, Murray needs to
above
be.
Yashik,
Right.
if possible.
That's probably not going to
So you know what? Next week, buy paper, folks, because you'll be able to see, did Murray get his name above?
Exactly.
You know,
And it's-
Henry
I
Joe.
may want a new title as
And
well.
Larry
Nice.
Rothbauer is the one that writes for the paper. I have never had a story from Richard Rothbauer. I love Richard Rothbauer, but I
I'll
have.
tell you about that. Richard Rothbauer used to run the press
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
when we put the paper out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
amazing, but he's never
He was
wrote.
amazing. Well, I don't know whether he has or not.
Because I asked him.
But he
one
has
day.
an awesome automobile, and he's in the classic car shows all the time.
Nice, nice. So Michelle's going to take care of that on all the papers.
She
She'll
needs to
put that on
redo
her
all the
list.
papers.
Come on, Michelle. You're
I've
amazing.
discovered-
And the right people need to get the right credit.
Yes,
That's
they do.
right.
And I'm like you. I'm going to come up with a title.
Me too.
I think we need to
I'll
have
tell
our.
you what, I was telling Ani,
Yeah,
really and truly, because the Moulton paper is basically me.
it is you.
Now, I don't want it to sound like that, but it's basically I'm the one that puts it together.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that when you talk to people, that you need to have some sort of a title
You do.
other than staff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going to make mine like page editor.
Like that.
No kind of authority,
Right.
but just something
It's
to
part
let
of what you
people
do.
know they were talking to
I'm
somebody.
thinking
Yeah.
mine should be boss. Just boss.
That one right there would never fly.
We're gonna. Can we do that?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Michelle's got a good horn.
Check out the classifieds. Make sure you find something you didn't know you needed. You
Maybe
never
we need
knew.
to talk about the history of the horn and what it means.
Oh, what does it mean? Should I not have done that?
No.
Oh, it's okay to do?
It was accurate.
Okay.
It
The
was
horn
not. In
means
his mind.
somebody lied.
Oh, yeah. You wanting to be boss, girl. Well, number one, you've got to. No, I'm not. Yeah. Number.
You gotta get
there's a
to
lot.
work on
You got to get to work on time. That was what I was going to say.
Yeah, really. The boss,
I am hourly, not salary.
the boss is
what-
just like the captain of a
Is
ship.
what
He's the
Chuck
first one
said.
there, and he goes down with the
That's
ship.
right. You should always be the first
Definitely-
one.
I can say that most days I am the last one. Most days.
Who gets here first?
Well, definitely not me.
She would know.
I would not
I
know.
know who gets here first on Mondays and Tuesdays. And
Not
that,
me.
that ain't no
Nope.
But maybe Henry, he's pretty close.
within 30 minutes.
See?
All right, let's head down
Go
to
ahead.
the
I saw
Yoakum
it.
Herald
I
Times.
saw it, Nicole. You don't have to say it. I saw it on your face.
Oh.
This one's all you know.
Ooh, fire. I was looking at those pictures. I haven't seen this page.
Fire.
I know. Wow.
Wow.
Those are good
Are
pictures.
those accurate?
Descriptions?
Thank you,
Oh,
Allison.
fire.
Allison and Nadine for putting your paper together. Looks
Yeah,
real good.
it does look really good. Nice. And congratulations to the Yoakum Bow and Sweetheart, the band Bow and Sweetheart. Congratulations to you guys. Trenton Mercado, and the Sweetheart was Jasmine Macias.
All
Congrats
right.
to you.
Bet you.
And their youth football teams won the championship. Looks like they won the championship. Got to play in the Bulldog Stadium. I know that's always fun for those boys. That's got to be cool. They're excited. Look at the trophies they got. Wow.
You know, they were, the varsity team televises their games on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And so I got to watch them play Hallettsville, which
Yeah.
wasn't good for Hallettsville.
No.
But Yoakum, they've got an outstanding team. And they come in second in the district. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them
Really?
upset some people. Yeah.
Really? Great. And when are they playing?
I don't know.
Michelle?
Yoga
Uh-huh. When is Yoakum playing?
tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow being Friday. And who are they
And
playing?
Maynard Gardner.
Nice. Nice.
You know, she's quick to.
She
You
is
can ask
quick.
her any question and she knows it. just
She's
like
right
that.
because she's
Oh,
amazing.
wait, put that phone down.
But what are you doing?
I was
We're-
looking at something.
That was my So my teacher person in me, my teacher voice looked over, and that's why I asked her a question. She wasn't focused on us.
Exactly.
She wasn't focused on us. Do we do that? And so, what else is
Oh.
going on in the world of Yoakum?
Well, there is one obituary. Robert Mossmeyer. Condolences. Yes,
Yeah, you're good.
To his family.
Right. And a shout out to the Lavaca County 4-H members. That's a cute picture with all the kids with their chef hats.
All right.
Read about that and what they won and how well they did. And then we talked a little bit about sports. What else is going on?
The Yoakum PD visited St. Joseph's School for Red Ribbon Week.
Oh, okay. Good. We appreciate it. It's always fun when the first responders come in into schools
You
and
bet.
talk. And then thank you to the athletes, the support, who's are
Meet
these
the
people?
athletes.
Yeah, meet the athletes. We appreciate that. Everybody who supports them.
I love who are these people?
I know, like, who are these people? Because I'm not reading fast
Well,
enough.
you didn't know.
I didn't know.
But now you
That's just
know.
like the class guide. You might find something you didn't know you needed.
That's right. See, and I'm just bringing it to life, live and on the air.
You're
The
right.
Shiner Heritage Quilters, they have a meeting coming up. We appreciate them always. And I know that they actually, a lot of people from Shiner who quilt go over to Luling,
Yeah.
to Holly D's.
Yeah, well, they pretty well get in all the papers around here.
They do, don't they? They do. Well, they're busy. You know, and there was another story about quilters, but didn't make it in the paper this week.
Which
Is
that's
that
great.
right?
It's
Right,
going to be
right.
so great
Well,
to see next week.
I guess
Right.
that kind of overcome, put a little dark light on that
I
front page.
guess so. So that's what happened in Yoakum. That looks like all the papers, guys.
Yeah, we got through them.
Great. Let's talk about something fun.
All right, what's fun?
Well, the most fun thing is I did ask a soup question and no one responded. Like hundreds of people looked at it and no one responded. But in Jimmy form, because Jimmy does the assignment, he did send me 2 recipes and they were so cute because they were on little recipe cards that Marcy wrote. So maybe I'll try to make one.
Okay, that'll
You
be
know,
fun.
talking about that,
That and
you
enchilada
people
casserole.
that don't know about the local lowdown Facebook group. Well, Michelle, I got something. I'm not going to maybe not share it on this live broadcast, but the mystery has been solved.
A mystery.
The
Oh,
mystery of the
wow.
I can't wait to hear
My
it.
wife solved that mystery.
Nice.
She said,
Good job, Cordelia.
She said, what town is that in Georgia? Go.
Wow.
I gave you a little clue.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Nice. You got a detective in your family.
Well, I didn't even think she listened to the damn podcast.
Good job, Cordelia.
Well, our other daughter this week does not have time to listen to the podcast. She actually started her career. So she got her master's degree in architecture and had a job and started her job on Monday.
All right.
So yeah, so she's
Did
up there in Fort Worth.
First day of work picture?
She did send me a first
That's
day of
so
work picture.
cute.
She's the
Oh, I love
cutest.
it.
She's cute.
Is she far away
And she-
from home, or is she close by?
She only has to drive about 7 minutes from
He
their
meant
apartment.
from you.
No, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
because she's in Fort Worth, and
Oh,
so
you said that already?
yeah, I did say that already. But the
Sure
great
enough.
thing, so she sent a text on Monday and said everybody was very kind. They had a welcome luncheon for her, and that she was glad that she was getting along with everyone, and she liked the place because she would have to go back again and again and again and again. I said, yes, for 30 years. Enjoy.
Well, I was going to ask you,
Nice.
where your daughter that just graduated basic training, where is her unit located?
Her unit is located in Stephenville. And so she'll go to Stephenville every 1 weekend a month, right?
Yeah.
For 4 years. And then she's going to officer training that'll be out of Bastrop, and it starts in January.
So what's she doing?
I don't
now?
know all the acronyms.
Well, maybe that's why. The reason I'm asking is because back in the day,
yes.
that when you joined the National Guard,
Yeah.
most of the time you had a unit. Like my unit was in my town.
Right. Yeah, Luling doesn't have a unit.
Like here,
Right.
the boys that signed up National Guard, Larry Rothbauer, they had to go to Gonzales.
Oh,
And I
okay.
lived in Gonzales 18 years, and we had an armory there, and now it's a part of Victoria College. They
Oh,
don't have that
oh,
anymore.
that's interesting.
But
yeah.
that's the reason I asked. But then again, being that she's going to officer training school,
Yes, sir.
that may be different. now.
Change,
because
right.
I was going to say, really and truly, by the Luling, she ought to be able to go like to Austin or
Right.
somewhere like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, she's excited. And
What's
she said,
she doing till January?
she's living her best life right now. She's in Dallas this week visiting her brother and sister. Is going to go watch, because our other child, we might as well list all three in this
Might as well.
podcast, right?
Poor thing if he listens.
I know, poor kiddo. He's the oldest, poor kid. And so
Well, when you're the oldest, you kind of get neglected.
you do. Mommy,
Yeah.
are you the oldest?
Yep.
Me too.
Right, so
Right. And we know who isn't an oldest. Right.
spoiled.
Oh.
Not me.
So our other kiddo is a coach and a teacher, and so he's up in Gardner, and he he coaches basketball, so that'll start on Friday. So
I
little
think
sister's
that's where
gonna watch him.
the state volleyball is, right?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's far away.
Well, yeah, Garner's a little bitty town, but anyway, so he's there. Anyway, she's living her best life. She's going to work a little bit. So there's, I'm going to make she has some little jobs lined up, but she's good. And
So is
so
this
once
like where Garner State Park is?
I don't know. See, I should know these things.
Well, I've never been.
I've never been.
You've never been to where your son lives?
I've been there, but not the state
Garner
park.
State
I
Park.
think the state park's more south, but I've seen a sign for it.
You all
Here we
keep
go.
going.
Okay, so
She's going into her brain to see if she can figure it out.
I want to see where the state football.
but in 10
volleyball-
months, Caitlin will be an officer, and then she's going to volunteer for a National Guard mission. So that's
Okay.
one of the first things she said was, "I'm going to volunteer for a mission when I
Well,
can."
did they let her go home with all her military gear?
They did. It was packed in our car. She didn't have to take it on the airplane. Did
They
you
wouldn't
not?
let us do that. No.
Oh no, really? Well, as a mom who has nowhere to put all of that, I'll share some with you if you'd like. But she had the two big old duffel bags that were like 45, 50 pounds each. And then she had her rucksack. I've learned it's not a backpack. She had that on, and she's
Did she have her rifle?
she
I'll
did
take
not.
that.
You'll take that? No, they wouldn't let her. And she didn't get to keep the helmet.
Oh, yeah,
The heart-
steel pot.
The still, okay.
Well, we call them steel pots back then. They're probably made out of trichlor or
Oh, they're probably, but
Kylar.
Kevlar?
Yeah.
So yeah. So I got a really good picture and this is probably different than when you were in it. We could get as parents, we could get online and they would post pictures of them during training,
Oh,
so you
my.
could see their pictures.
All
and
we got was like a high school annual. And it's coming apart.
I want to see it.
So I have a
Bring it.
picture of her, like she has a grenade in her hand, and they were real grenades, and she was going to be throwing it, and so those moments are neat. But as a photographer, I'll tell you, I judge some of their pictures harsher than I
Not
probably
very
should have.
well.
You know, just a foot hanging out here, and then just a piece of grass, because they uploaded them all.
Ask her if she ever had anybody drop their hand grenade when they were throwing.
I'll ask her.
We had that happen.
Did you really?
That seems bad. That would be me.
They put you in well, sometimes they call them a pit, but we were like this concrete tile that big sewer pipes were made out of.
Uh-huh.
Well, they had them like dropped in a hole, and you got in there with the trainer,
Okay.
and you stood face to face, and he'd tell you when to throw.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when you threw it, it was like on the edge of a cliff, so it went down. So there wasn't no danger.
Right.
But when you drop it in that little pit with you and the instructor, and a kid did that, he was so nervous.
What happened?
He dropped that instructor that had been to Vietnam not Vietnam, World War II. He reached down there.
No, he reached down, picked it up, and tossed
Yeah,
it.
just tossed it. You got 5 or 10 seconds.
Oh, 5 or 10.
I would have ran.
Oh, wow. Nerves of steel.
Needless to say,
That kid.
that kid didn't go through basic
No,
training.
he was
He was
recycled.
done.
He was done. She did say, though, speaking of grenades, that on their helmets, as they threw, but they did a practice throw, they marked on their helmets. Stand clear, like an SC, if they were a sidearm thrower for people to get back, or a no-go. They put an X on there if you weren't going to be allowed to throw it, based on
We
your
didn't have
practice.
all that.
You didn't. They just let everybody give it a shot, huh?
Give it a shot, boy.
Why wouldn't you get a shot to throw it?
Because your practice throw was so bad, they didn't want you hurting anyone. A little scary, and it's not. It's after the fact. It's not as scary. I'm glad as a parent I didn't know.
Did she talk about the infiltration course?
Yes. Yeah. She had a good time.
You know what that is?
I'm going to ask you, do you think I know that?
No.
No, then you are
No
correct.
horn on that one. No, they you crawl under live machine gun fire, and they've got the machine guns like they're firing about 3 foot off the ground, and you run it. We ran it 3 times.
Oh,
We did a
my
practice run,
Yes.
a wet run, and then a run at night. And it was so funny to me when I thought back, is that when they run it at night, they're firing tracers, which is every 5th bullet is red hot. So that at night, if you're shooting at an enemy, you can't see them, you can follow those red tracers and kind of get some idea. But I had big feet, so you would come up to like they had barbed wire,
Yeah.
and you'd have to crawl under this barbed wire.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, the routine was, let's say the gun's firing from this direction, and you're crawling to it. When you got to the barbed wire, you flipped over on your back and used your weapon to push the barbed wire up so that you could get
shimmy
on under
through it. Okay.
So I was okay. Well, I was okay, but when we read it at night, they were firing them tracers,
Uh-huh.
and I'm back, got my back this way,
Yeah.
and them tracers are coming over my head, and I swear to God, they looked like they were dropping.
Oh.
And I had my feet flattened
Were you
out.
just
I could just see my
pointed toes?
I could see my toes getting clipped off.
Oh.
But my dad, when he ran it, this is World War II, getting ready to go to Germany.
Oh, man.
They didn't have the machine guns fixed like me and your daughter
Yeah.
probably. They have them locked down and they don't do this. But during the war, they had a man
That would swivel it?
They
Like,
were curving.
oh, my word.
They were curving. And Daddy said one guy couldn't take it and he jumped up. And he happened to jump up when they were swiveled out. So he didn't die.
Wow.
But he was gone too.
Oh,
But
my
those are the kind of
goodness.
things that,
Woo.
and your daughter, that
Yeah.
they progress so much. And I'll say one more thing before I get through with this rant. The helmets that they wear now,
Yeah.
guess who those helmets were designed after?
Who?
Guess what army wore those helmets?
The German
Germany.
army?
Nazis.
Really?
I was right.
You were right.
Finally.
Because I
So
noticed
they
they
got that
cut.
drop down.
Yeah,
You
they
see?
cut back, like cut over. Yeah.
Well, she may be having something even more modern than
Yeah.
that. But they got, if you ever looked at a Nazi helmet, my daddy brought one home from the war.
Did he?
They kind of, on the sides, they kind of dip.
They do. Yeah, it
and
drops down.
protect your this part. Well, what we had was just round, we call them pots. Hell, you could cook food in them. And everything else. But anyway, that's my little war
Nice.
story.
Well, thank you for sharing. Really, thank you. Really, it's nice, especially this week. It's good to know your story. Appreciate you sharing that.
But that just shows the modernization
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
what your daughter.
Well, and there's that balance of you want people to be safe when being trained. However, you do want them to be realistic
Yeah.
so that they've experienced it, right?
Yeah, I think the one thing that bothers me the most about veterans and people who serve, what percentage of people do you think in this country today, what percentage do you think volunteer to wear the uniform out of the whole population of the United States?
35.
1?
1%. And I'll tell you something else.
Wow.
They had a poll here a while back. It's even sadder than that. When they asked people, if your country went to war, talking about the United States,
Yeah.
how many of you would sign up to serve, to defend the country?
Yeah.
And it was a yes or no question. What percentage do you think said no?
Well, you said sadder than 1, so
75%.
75% said no?
Said no.
wow.
That they wouldn't go to war to defend the country.
Well, my goodness.
Yeah,
They want someone else to do
That's
it?
very sad.
That's very sad.
Well,
I don't know that
Wow.
what my answer would be right off the bat, but I know that y'all wouldn't want me to go. Y'all just said I can't have a gun.
The enemy wouldn't want you to go
That's
either.
right.
So we might send
We
you.
might send you. We drop her over.
Here, enemy, we're giving her a loaded gun. Y'all can.
She's amazing.
Good luck to you. She had a first place front page one time.
I love it. Thank y'all for inviting me over. This was fun. I appreciate it.
We better go because it's been an hour.
Woo!
But,
Woo! All
Yeah,
right.
Nicole, thank you for coming.
Thank you. And go Longhorns. Let's beat those
You
Bulldogs.
betcha, you betcha.
Woo!
I picked the Bulldog.
No.
I couldn't.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I hate to say this,
Oh, no.
if I wasn't a Longhorn fan
Right. I would
and
have.
it come to money,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you've ever seen the Bulldogs play,
Yeah.
and they're
they-
not as good as they used to be.
No, but they, you know what? They play 4 quarters. I mean, they play the whole game.
Yeah.
Texas has yet to put a whole game together.
Texas, you never know who's going to show up.
No.
You never know who's going to show up.
So,
But,
all right. Well, good luck.
God bless.
Here you go.
God bless them. I hope they do well.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, shout out to Dalton Brooks. He had a great game.
Oh, good.
Yes, he
Okay.
did. Yes,
Nice.
he
Shout out.
did. All right.
That's my gig'em. I don't have.
That's good.
I did not go there.
Yeah, but you can.
Oh, and shout out to Lauren Springfield who did sign. Yes, a bunch of girls signed. 5 girls signed. I'm sure Mark will have it in the paper next week.
Oh, good.
To play softball.
Say what paper?
Shiner, but Lauren Springfield from Shiner has signed to play at St. Edward's.
Oh,
which
fun.
That is my alma mater, and I don't get to say that anyone goes there a lot to
All
play.
right.
Congrats.
Patricia was very shocked. She
Good,
was like,
good.
"Whoa."
Michelle got a shout out to her alma mater. Yay.
Yes, so congrats to Lauren.
Thanks.
And I wish her the best.
All right. Well, goodbye from me, and y'all can say y'all.
See ya.
Adios.
Goodbye, everybody.